Alright, hello everyone, and welcome again to, been a long time, a Hero League Explained. This is Ishbu, of course. And I am here with a very unique one. I'm not doing a tank this game, I am in fact doing Orphea, the new hero coming out of the Nexus. Actually a personal favorite of mine, I really love this hero's design, so anyone from Blizzard's watching. I think Lana Bakinski did the VFX. Top tier. Alright, anyways. There's been a lot of kind of discussion, debate about different players, about how good she is, how to play her, what her, like, different things, and I don't know, I've spent some time doing these debates, and I'm getting to the point where I'm just kind of tired of them, so I'm just going to put this out as my own opinion. Feel free to agree or disagree with anything here, but I will have this as well as this game in front of you to show exactly what I think this hero is capable of, and why I think this hero is particularly strong. Now, getting into what my opinion actually is, I think Orphea is actually a very strong character, maybe not broken overpowered. She's actually very close to what but I think she's just a particularly very strong hero. I also think she's a very difficult hero to play, and I think she's also very misunderstood by a lot of players. I think a lot of people are treating her like either just a burst mage or just a sustain damage, when she's actually a hybrid. The character is capable of burst damage, poke damage, sustain damage, like at kiting, technically you can soul lane her. I would not suggest solo laning her personally, but the character is one of those few characters that I feel can honestly fulfill just about any type of DPS you really need through build and play, but at the same time she may not excel at any one of them. So she's a jack of all trades type character that I think has a very strong particular aspect towards combos and using her abilities in the right ways. So I have a separate video in this guide. If you're just watching this on YouTube, this will be attached to a guide that will also include Orphea combos and stuff that you should check out. That will be on Heroes Hearth. I will have a link in the description. Also worth mentioning, if you're checking out either the guide or YouTube videos and you're wondering why I haven't made too many of these, it's because I'm starting to swap to streaming. You can check out my channel, twitch.tv/ishbu with the zeros. I will link that as well in the description, but I do try to explain everything I'm doing in those games, so hopefully it can match some of the content I've been putting on these YouTube videos. If there's still a demand for these YouTube videos, though, I will continue trying to do these whenever I have the time. It's just a little hard to balance practice YouTube and Twitch right now. But without further ado, let's get right into the game. Alright, so this is a GM game, full GM teams on both sides. Even a name right here you might recognize, Cure, and a couple others for people that play at this level. I'm gonna speed this ahead just so we get to the actual gate opening. The short things you're gonna want to notice here are, as I am frankly the main DPS on this team. Asmodeen's really a pure poke mage. Sonya can be pretty good, but our Sonya player, as you're gonna see, is not a very reliable Sonya player. I played with this player multiple times over the course of this night, and she has a tendency to play off on her own and just kind of run it down a lane. So you'll see us actually get really offset by this early on. But what I'm going to be mostly looking to do is, you look at this enemy team, they've got a very strange comp, double support hyper carry Vala with a Garrosh. So what I'm going to be mostly looking to do with this comp is kite around the Garrosh, don't let him get too much value, and then whenever I see good opportunity on this backline, look for a quick one-shot onto the Vala or the Malfurion, or sometimes the White Mane. The White Mane's probably the hardest to kill of any of them. But you're going to see me look a lot of like positioning and looking for one-shot combos throughout the last game once I hit 10, because I know this team has a lot of sustain damage, so there's not much point to doing otherwise. Also worth mentioning, personal opinion, I think Orphea is actually a very strong pick into Garrosh, provided you're good enough at her to hit her Qs. Little known fact, Garrosh cannot throw people during dashes. So if you hit Garrosh with a Q and then wait for him to walk up to you and then dash away, you can guarantee that he will not be able to throw you. And this applies also if you get Q'd. If you just Q him immediately, he will never be able to throw you in a million years. You're going to see me spacing him pretty well this game. And that's mostly due to my familiarity with that interaction, so you'll see it as well. Alright, let's get right into the gameplay. We're just going to talk about it like usual. I'm probably going to talk a little bit more about Orphea and specifically what I'm looking for rather than macro decisions this game. So this is Orphea on Infernal Shrines. But I will not be talking too much about Infernal Shrines, especially because we're about to have some EXP and map changes. Oops, I forgot to change it. This is a conversation I was having with a player named Gronman. He was specifically referring to... I was talking about him like... This is one of the reasons I made this video, by the way. Gronman and a couple other people I met in HL, whenever I pick Orphea, they immediately say, oh, another Orphea, and then I carry, and then they're like, oh, never mind, maybe that hero's good. I don't know. So I want to show people what this hero can do. Alright. Anyways, we're going to go to mid, and you're going to notice something immediately. Our Tyrande is still AFK. which happens, and the best thing you can do with those situations is just go straight to lanes. Don't go to mid as 4. Just go keep one person mid, one person bot, one person top, and just go straight to lanes instead of inting, which is what our Sonya's about to do. Yeah, respect Garrosh, people. Like, I'm just sitting back throwing pokes because like I don't want to commit to anything without Tyrande. We get a lot of damage between the stuff we have, but it doesn't really matter into double healer, and so we're already down a person, we're down rotation. So this is a combination of our Tyrande AFKing and our Sonya not respecting that. So we're super down. As I said, I'm just trying to space the Garrosh, land some Qs. I'm not really, like, this character really turns on at 4, but if you can get good combos with a level 1 talent, that is the thing. Oh, also, I forgot to talk about talent build. The build will be in the guide. I'm not going to talk too much about that. Go to Heroes Hearth to see the guide or to see the build specifically for my information about the build. I am going to be going what I believe is to be her best build, and it's kind of a good hybrid of different aspects, but it always involves this level 1 talent, Ancestral Strength. I think this talent's really strong. Alright, quickly going into it. Alright, because we lost the initial level 1, the enemy gets in a rotation. Our Johanna points this out, which means you're going to notice me playing this. I'm not going to check it. I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to throw stuff. I'm going to get vision. We should not try to force through rotation. Our Asmodan and our Tron should have come up here. We already have someone soaking this, so we don't need to be here. So our Asmodan is straight killing himself right now, and our Tron is going to afterwards. I'm trying to make the best of a bad situation, but this is not something we wanted right now. And this is mostly due to our fact that our Asmo and our Tron just disrespected Garrosh. So we've lost 3 kills to disrespecting Garrosh, and we're about to lose another one top because our Sonya dies 1v1 to the Junkrat. So to just put it in perspective how bad this early game has gone, we are down 4 kills, 2 of them onto our Sonya, and we're probably going to miss, like, at least we haven't missed a ton of waves, so it's mostly kill EXP, but we're down pretty bad. At this point, I was actually streaming this game, and I was actually really depressed. I was like, oh no, this game's over. Thankfully, I'm going to be able to make a play to get us back in real quick. So, enemy chases me from bottom, so I go into this bush, mount, and run top so Garrosh can't catch me. I also need to soak this top soak, so it's a double win there. But this is just the case of, despite Sonya dying, as long as we don't miss the XP, we're not going to lose too much. Alright, so this is something you're going to see me do a lot is Orphea. Play bushes. And this is something a lot of DPS players don't do. A lot of DPS players try to just walk up and use stuff raw on you. Doesn't work with this hero. It's like Li Ming. You have to hit your stuff from bushes or you have to hit your stuff on CC targets. So I'm going to walk into this bush. I'm going to try and open up on Junkrat, but I'm going to hit this trap. He's going to mine me in, but because the slow hit him from the second part, I know for a fact I can now kill him, especially because he used his mine. So this is just a free kill for me. I don't really know what he's doing. Yeah, free trade for me, get that last auto. She actually has really good auto attacks. You need to weave those in if you're playing this hero. And free kill. Cure comes top, but there's no support, so I'm just going to play into him. He runs away, stayed mounted. Good play by Cure to stay mounted there. And now he's doing what I had to do for the Junkrat, which is just catch the, or for the Sonya, which is just catch XP. So I think Garrosh is there. I think I maybe even see her. Orphea's wave clear is pretty good, but you kind of have to be in melee range, so it's a little risky. That being said, since I knew Vala was top, it was completely fine for me to do that. And you notice when Garrosh walked at me, I just walked into the minions so he couldn't throw me, and then queued away. Nice and safe. Alright, we got waves pushed out. Best time. This is the best time to do a camp. Sonya, I believe, survives this gank, so that's good for her. Orphea's camp taking, not the best, but it gets better with time once you scale up damage. The combination of E and Chomp, Dread and Chomp, I believe is what the E is called. Actually, it's a lot of initial damage, but you don't have a great sustained damage on it. Anyways, alright, see objective spawn. Objective spawn's here. We have 30 seconds. Best thing I can do is clear this wave and then go up. Ideally, our Sonya would be on hards right now, because we want hards out for this, but can't control your teammates, so what can you do? I shouldn't be tapping here, but I kind of needed the mana, and I really wanted to get this wave pushed out because we need to catch up in EXP. So as I said, here's your wave clear combo. E and W, that's all you need. Sometimes you Q if you really need to, but it's usually more mana than it's worth. It doesn't really do that much damage to minions, and it doesn't refund mana. Get the little trade onto Mouth, but just to keep him there. So this is going to be me spacing Garrosh. So this coming fight actually is... Okay, so something you're going to notice about what I just did. Instead of just trying to walk up and raw Q the Garrosh or anyone, I threw my E before anything happened. That guarantees the slow. Once I've guaranteed the slow, everything else comes so much easier. And that's why I'm able to space this Garrosh as well as I am. Alright, so I'm actually going to misplay a lot of this objective. I'm going to miss most of my spells, mostly due to getting baited by this Malfurion, so that's my bad. So this is probably a good example of what this hero can, like, struggles to do. Like, basically, which is basically the notion of, oh, you see me right now playing Tracer around this. This is something you can do with this hero. If you don't see anyone to threaten you, you should just Tracer around them. You can do this almost indefinitely. I missed the Q though, so I can't do that. Alright, so my team's late to the objective. We're super far behind, and so Johanna's going to take a lot of damage before this starts. I see this Malf here. I'm going to try to make a play on this Malf, but I'm going to miss everything because he jukes me. Also, our Sonya's top. So, this is a 4v5 to begin with. I miss everything on this mouth, get juked in the bush. I hit my Q, but that's about it. I miss my chomp. So this is what you don't do. Don't use your abilities individually like this. Had I hit him with the E, I should have followed up, but the second my E missed mouth, I should not have continued with the Q and the chomp. So that's my bad. I'm actually going to get really out of position because it was root 2. Thankfully, I don't get punished, but I really should die for my positioning right here. This was me getting lucky. That being said, Asmodan dies and Cure lives because double support. So at this point, the objective's gone. I'm just trying to get whatever I can. And at this point, I realize it's gone. We have no mana on support, no mana on tank. Our Sonya, it's half health, and we have no, like, she can't go in there. This objective's gone. So the best thing you can do with this is literally go mid, go bottom, and then once they cap it, come back to mid. But you want to get as much EXP as you can and make sure the enemy loses as much EXP at this point as you can. Also, double globe is nice. So I'm gonna get those globes, and I think I'm just gonna run straight bottom. No, I get the soak real quick. Actually, it's not safe to do so because Garrosh is right there, so I don't do the soak. My bad. Speed this up a bit because it's just me getting soak. Alright, White Man's going to try and trade with me, and here's the thing. Orphea's an amazing duelist. Unless she misses a Q, Orphea will not lose a duel against almost any hero in this game. Now, some heroes like Tracer obviously can make her miss Qs, so that's a problem. But against like a hero like White Man, like, there's 0 point to trying anything. I get the slow on her, which means the rest of this is guaranteed. I already used Chomp, so that's why she lives. We barely miss it because she makes the very skillful play of holding Alt Q, so unlucky. I think I could have played that better to kill her, especially if I didn't use the Chomp on the wave, but I wasn't expecting her to just fight me, so. Alright, quick look at the map. Junkrat's top, White Man's bottom. 3 people are pushing with this mid versus our 3 people. Me and Sonya have a great flank. If me and Sonya go mid right now, this should be like 3 kills. Now our Sonya doesn't come, but it's still 4v3, so I still try this. You're gonna see me not making mistakes. So I hit the E, but I don't hit the Q, so I just leave. There's no point in staying here. Once you've missed your Q, you should not try to force the engage afterwards. Q's almost back up, E's almost back up. Let's start looking for stuff. I look for the low mobility targets. I don't look for with the Vala for my Qs. Garrosh gets himself really out of position, but I believe Cure is actually going to make a good play onto my Tehran right here. That being said, he dies to an Asmodan counter laser, and I'm just going to be able to chase this Garrosh down. So this is one of the things I was talking about. This character can do the Tracer-like pattern of just chasing people down, and there's not really much things that many of the heroes in the game can deal with this. Especially once you get the slow onto them, you can just chase them. We don't get the kill, but you can see how I'm just able to stay on this Garrosh no matter what he does. He just can't get me off me, and once his Q is down, he has 0 threat to me. So anyways, we see Junkrat over pushing top. So something you're going to see me do, I'm not going to use my abilities because I'm expecting the mine. I see the mine, I'm just waiting for him to trigger and then combo him when he lands. He decides to just accept his fate because he knows he's dead if I hold my abilities. So I just save my abilities until I can guarantee a free stack of my E, my 7 talent. No big deal there. I was basically there. I just don't want to commit my abilities right as he mines, so I'm just going to wait because he's dead regardless. He's dead if he pops his mine, and he's dead if he doesn't pop his mine, so no point in forcing it. I don't need to look like a god there and try to hit my skills on a target that could potentially dodge them. Alright, so here's an example of why I think Orphea is really strong, and this is debatably a misplay by Cure, but you're going to see me face check this Garrosh and be completely alone in a basically 1v3 situation. Good throw by cover. He throws me into this little cubby, which is much harder to get out of than if he threw me down here or up here. Cure's going to see this, but you're going to... Okay, so I get the Q on... As I said, use the Q on the lower mobility target. In this case, the Garrosh. It's much more guaranteed. So I get the dash out and have 1 proc. Use the proc. And now here's the thing. Cure is getting in melee range because he thinks I'm going to run away. Well, watch what Orphea can do to Pyros in melee range. And I'm now full health and he's 1/3 health. Now, obviously, I got 2 Tehran heals in that duration too, but that's just the damage that's possible if you hit your stuff. And that wasn't even with my Q. That was just an EW. That was just an EW auto. I don't even think the E has exploded yet. So Cure, I think, lives this. Yeah, Cure does live that, but this just goes to show. Okay, he has his E, which is the only reason I'm queuing into him like this. If Garrosh did not have it, sorry, Garrosh doesn't have his throw, is the only reason it is. So Cure tries to be over aggressive, so I try something on him. So right there, you saw me, I saw Cure was going to try to be aggressive there. I Q and then immediately W'd and caught him off guard with a burst. As I said, this character's got a lot of burst, but it's going to be you have to be very committed to it. You have to Q, then use the burst combo. So it's a little risky to use, but if you can pull it off consistently, it's some of the highest burst in the game. We are in a very bad position right now. Everyone's low health. We're on the enemy side of the map against a Junkrat and a Garrosh that can throw us. This is a bad decision. Sonya's going to end up dying. I get some good stacks, and I think we get the camp, but not great, especially because we gave him 10. So now we're in a 4v5, down 10. As I said, this Garrosh doesn't threaten Orphea. Like, as long as I have my Q up, Garrosh can never catch me. So I'm just going to keep spacing him and harassing him. Alright, this is the combo right here. So I'm going to rewind that real quick just so you can see it. I'm going to have this in my combo video. But this is Orphea's kill combo right now. This is how you do it, and this is a case of a guy not respecting it and walking straight into it. So this is one of the reasons Orphea is so dangerous, and you don't need your heroic to do this. So he's walking at me. I'm down 10-9, but I don't need my heroic to do a one-shot combo with this hero. This hero one-shots even without it. So E slightly past, so you hit with the path, and then the explosion ends up behind them. Q in, auto, W, and then I don't get the second auto, but Johanna finishes it for me. If I get the second auto, I kill there as well. So as you can see, I just 100-0 to Junkrat with that combo just because he disrespected me. And this is why you play in Fog of War. This is why you play towards people that get overzealous and walk into you. But this is what this hero is very capable of. It's a very high burst damage if you're able to land a chomp successfully. So at this point, my cooldowns aren't up. I'm just harassing. Once my E gets up, I can look for something. There's no real threat on me, so I'm just dancing them. These heroes can't ever kill me. I look for a one-shot combo again. I actually missed the Crushing Jaws because I kind of part the rides to see here, so that's unlucky by me. It still zones the Garrosh enough that we get the kill on him with all my other skills. Even through all of this, to be honest. So still net positive, just awkward that I missed my combo, but it's still the combo you just saw before, which is EQ, auto, W, auto. Here's just me harassing with Qs. A good stun by Tehran. Tehran hit some good raw stuns this game. E stacks. Like, this hero's not amazing in sieging until she hits around level 16, but once you stack this E talent, actually, you've got really good fishing and really good just poke damage. It takes a while to stack, though, so it's not for most of the game, at least. Alright, keep going into it. Objective spawning top. Sonya's hard pushing bottom, like the run it down Sonya I know this player is. I chomp just so we can get stacks instead of one-shotting the wave by myself. Get the globe, and now we've still got an on-talent tier fight. Thankfully, my heroic is really low cooldown, so I'm going to have my heroic back up in time for this fight. So, so here's another case. Before looking at Cure right here, Cure has no roll here. He just rolled to avoid that. And I don't know that his supports aren't here, but his supports aren't here. So, Cure, I go into the bush. From the bush, I miss the Q, but it doesn't end up mattering. Good stun by Tehran. If I hit that Q, I get the kill even without Tehran's help, but I missed it, so Tehran had to help me here. But the short of this is, use Fog of War. Like, I say this to all my tank players, I'm going to say this to all my DPS players today. When playing these combo mages, use Fog of War. Abuse it. Also, I'm sorry for the over here. I just realized that's slightly out of focus. My bad. Alright. Anyways, we do the objective. Orphea's not great at doing the objective, but she's also not terrible. She has options. We're mad pinking our Sonya to run because the enemy only has the option of going down here. Otherwise, they want to fight us without their main hyper carry, and that's just not going to work. So this is good. Okay, so this is a really good strategy of what we're doing. We're leaving just enough people to do the shrine fast, while the rest push the lane. This is exactly what you want to be doing when the enemy is not contesting the objective. This guarantees you get more out of your Punisher every time. So this is a really good arrangement on my team. I'll speed it up because we're just killing minions and walls. Alright. I have my heroic up, I have my E up. I'm going to be looking for a one-shot off this Punisher jump. Now, the person does get cleansed out of it, which is unfortunate, but you're going to see how much I can threaten off of a Punisher jump or off of any objective. And the best part about Orphea is I don't need this wall to be down to do it to begin with. Most heroes like Li Ming can't combo if the Punisher jumps over the wall. Orphea doesn't have that problem. Orphea can combo over the wall easily. So this is one of the strengths of the hero, and you're going to see us almost one-shot this Garrosh here. So as I said, waiting for the Punisher to jump. I'm not using any skills because I want all of them up for my combo. Alright. Garrosh gets vision. Garrosh is going to get jumped. You're going to see the same combo I just demonstrated. E auto, ER, auto, Q, auto, and I don't get in range for the chomp because of the wall, but I still do the majority of his health with the Punisher jump and Tehran's assisting. So me, Tehran, and the Punisher just almost killed Garrosh through 2 healers. If he didn't get cleansed, he would have died. So, very good. I also killed the wall accidentally, which is hilarious. Anyways, I don't have Crushing Jaws, but once my E is up, I can still look for a little bit of a fish. That being said, this Punisher's not going to live for too long. Good poke by my Asmo. So I'm going to look for one more fish with my E. Enemy's too far back for me to really do too much. Actually, nope. Right there. And I get a one-shot off of Garrosh off the next Punisher jump. So same combo you just saw before, so I'm not going to go over this again, but Punisher jumped EQ into range, auto, W, auto, and then a Blessed Shield gets the killing blow. Easy combo off of any CC, and it's... I mean, it's obviously not the safest combo in the world, but it does a lot of damage. Gets stunned out, but no big deal here. At this point, though, we can't finish the keep, so we should probably just be leaving. We have good damage, but like we're all out of resources, we're all low, and Junkrat comes from here. Alright, so Junkrat walks into my vision before using a Riptire. This is a very big misplay. Junkrat should be using this from like this bush, if anywhere. But because he does this, I now know where he is, so I'm going to try and all-in him to make him pop the tire on just me and not these 3 vulnerable people. This is especially because I now have this talent, which gives me 50 spell armor. So even eating a full Riptire isn't that bad right now. So I Q in, this guarantees me the spell armor proc, and also makes him have to pop it on just me. So I helped out all these people. Also, since I hit a Q and he's standing still, you're going to just see me all-in him right here. So I even missed... I missed my Chomp and I still and I've still basically 100 to 0 him by myself. So that's literally all just the strength of these E talents and this talent right here. I landed the E auto, Q auto, just weaved in autos and just 100 to 0 to Junkrat by myself. Alright. Going back in, Cure's going to go a little nuts here and he's going to kill my Azmodan. I try to peel for my Azmodan, make a really bad mistake here. I try to Q Cure instead of one of these low mobility people, so I lose my Q. So yeah, I whiff my Q right here. And so I should die for this. Thankfully, Cure misplays this, and he rolls into my melee range for yet again. He gets... I don't actually think he gets stunned by that. Yeah, he doesn't get stunned, but E, Chomp, auto... I don't know what to say. This character's burst is ridiculous if you can land Chomps. So that was a misplay by Cure more than a good play by me. But if you can get the Ancestral Strength proc on any Chomp, it's going to one-shot anyone, pretty much regardless of their health. Even tanks get significantly hurt by that combo. So a little silly there that we got that kill. That probably shouldn't have happened after I missed my Q. Normally you're pretty useless after you hit your Q, but thankfully Cure misplayed for me, so feels good. Feels bad if you're Cure though. I'm not trying to flame Cure. Cure's a good player. Don't let me tell you otherwise. He actually almost carried this game for his team. Alright. Low mana, low health, no sense of doing anything other than backing. Our Sonya's going super insane and needs to be... Our Sonya literally just ran it down that lane the entire time we were top, by the way. Alright, speed this up because this is walking back to lane. Nothing too much to see until the next fight. Alright, so quick thing. Enemy is 13, we're 15. The best thing we can do is not fight until we're 16, so there's no point in doing anything here too much. As I said, I can gap this Garrosh, so I'm not really scared of him. Waste my R because I didn't expect the Blessed Shield, but doesn't matter. I just chase him down and kill him over time with slows and Qs. He should have the Unstoppable talent. This is a mistake for him not to have the Unstoppable talent. Oh, that's me comboing Cure. One quick trade, I almost killed him with that, but we don't end up getting the kill. As I said, I have Spell Armor, so I'm not afraid of that. I'm just looking to keep Cure at bay here. I can't really do anything while they're under this fort until I have Crushing Jaws. Makes my sieging potential a lot better, or until I get the next talent I'm about to get, which is the 16 talent, which is... What is this called? Lurking Terror. So this talent actually makes your sieging much better, because you can throw out E's max range, and then they have to walk away from the pool because you can chomp out of it and it does a lot of damage. So now I'm going to start fishing for ERs. I can one-shot... Oh, so, well, sorry, I don't have R. But I'm going to start fishing for E's. It's a lot of poke and zoning. Our Sonya's down here fighting the world. Alright, so we're just taking wall here. I didn't see a good opportunity for my combo. Fishing for an E. Get a lot of poke. Almost kill Junkrat with the Johanna help, but doesn't end up working. Had I committed my R, we probably would have killed Junkrat. That's my bad in hindsight there. Alright, we got the wall. That's really all you care about. We don't need to force down the keep. It's hard to force it down. Fish for an E, don't get it. Once again, once your E misses, you should probably just start backing out unless you can guarantee the hit of something else because of some other CC. Like, let your E be your lead for most of these things, and if you miss your E or miss your Q, just back away. You don't need to force things anymore. They're short enough cooldowns that you can just wait them out. It's not a big deal. Alright, so we're getting camps. We have a talent tier advantage for this next fight, so the one thing we don't want to do is get picked. As long as we don't get picked, we should just be fine to take this fight with talent tier and then abuse the crap out of them with talent tier and Punisher, especially because we took, well, we didn't take this wall, but we can take most of this wall with our talent tier. So you can see the enemy up here doing something silly. Alright, so this is going to be me playing the fight much better than the first time we fight on the shrine. So I'm going to throw out this E for poke. I should not have used Lurking Terror right there, by the way. It's a lot of damage and it makes Cure very scared, but it actually really limits my one-shot. You should hold this when you're looking for one-shot combos. Anyways, what you're going to see me do now is I'm going to play to this bottom side brush. I see all of them over here, so I'm just going to look for them to try and, whenever they try to funnel through this choke to help this Garrosh, I'm going to just try to go for the one-shot. So that's my goal right now. I'm literally not using abilities because I'm just trying to hold to watch for the enemy to group right there. Like, we're not losing objective. I'm not in any rush. I'm just going to hold my abilities. So, yeah, no big deal. Cure takes some choke. And here, I thought I saw enough. I saw Cure roll, so I'm going to try for the combo right here. So, it's, once again, ER. I get the combo off, get the Q this time. Bless it as well, but I get stunned out of Chomp, which would have killed us. The Chomp would have killed right here, which is unfortunate. Either way, I think Sonya actually finishes. No, Sonya kills Kira instead. We still get a lot of damage out of that because they had to heal 2 different targets. At this point, I'm just, as I said, doing the Tracer thing. I'm just chasing them down. They can't ever get away from me, so this Mouth is just dead no matter what he does. Nice burst damage. Just gonna keep chasing. Okay, so here's gonna be another little thing. I'm gonna Q him to chase him down. Watch, he's going to try and juke down, so when I see the Garrosh starts juking, I'm going to hold my Q. Even though I have it up, I'm going to wait until he commits to a path. So I'm just going to auto him, and then he commits to a throw. I have my Q back up. He's committing to a path, Q in, and that's another kill on a Garrosh. Yeah, this character actually has a lot of threat to Garrosh between her slow and her kiting. Alright, so we got the wall down. This means we could potentially end with this Punisher. This is huge. I'm really just waiting. Well, I threw out my E right there, but I'm waiting for this Crushing Jaws, because once again, I can Crushing Jaws combo off of my Punisher's jump. Crushing Jaws is up, but my E isn't. Alright, we're looking for the Punisher to jump, but the enemy's too far back, so we're just getting fort for free, which is fine. But oh no, there's the jump. I wasn't ready for that. I misplayed. I should have been on that jump. If I was, Junkrat's dead 100%. It's my bad. Either way, I'm just trying to zone them off the Punisher. I look for a combo, but Kira's roll up this time, so I don't kill him. Anyways, I'm just once again trying to zone off a little bit. He gets stunned, so I get the Q on him for free. And at this point, I'm just throwing out skills, mostly just for zoning and poke. I get some really big E's, but the game's pretty much over as long as Sonya hits the core, so I'm just trying to zone people off of Sonya. That's all I'm concerned about. I get some really big E's, like, look at this. Like, that's just my E damage. It's insane. Alright, and that's the game. So hopefully I demonstrated to y'all a little bit about why I think this hero is strong, what to look for, bring up stats. Okay, so this is my talent build, by the way. As I said, I should have this in the build with the guide. Go check out that guide. These are the endgame stats. As you can see, I did quite a lot of work on this hero in a lot of different regards. She has okay PvE, but she's not, like, it's not her specialty. She is good enough to be passable. Her main thing is just this kill potential. She can kite tanks super well. She can threaten one-shot on backliners. She's a type of character that can do a lot of different things, but you need to make sure you know what you're looking for before you go into it. And that's why you should I really suggest, if you're trying to pick up this hero, look up my combo video, look in the guide, watch that, and take it to heart, because it'll make a lot of your focuses a lot easier. Instead of just throwing out abilities, you'll know how the abilities interact, and that is a large part of this hero. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this. I'm sorry I haven't made very many of these videos recently. As I said, I've been busy with streaming and just being a pro player. BlizzCon was super fun for those of you who tuned into that. And for those of you who didn't, you should probably watch those games. We did really well. Only made top 8, but still was a very happy performance for me. Alright, anyways, thank you all for tuning in. Have a nice day, y'all, and peace out.